Welcome back. We made it. Episode 5. And today, we want to talk about Lavar Ball. This guy, he's a windbag, to say the least. But, let's look at it for what it really is. This guy has got a lot of mouth. Now, there's two ways to make friends. You can get out there and introduce yourself and say, hey, my name is Lavar Ball, such and such. I got 3 boys. They're coming up. Keep an eye out for them. Or you can say, hey, I'm Lavar Ball. I'm an asshole. My son is better than everybody that's in the NBA, including the current MVP and the former MVP. And to throw in, when I was 22 or 23 years old, I would have took Jordan to the bucket. Now that right there is enough to just say, all right, something's the matter with this guy. But in the age of the internet, TMZ, ESPN, he couldn't be in a better position as far as shit talking and running his mouth. Because obviously, they will put the microphone in front of any nigga that's got some bullshit to say. Now, I don't see many white folks running their motherfucking mouth like niggas do. Niggas act like they've been fucking owning shit forever. This nigga talk like they've been in the shoe business for 40 fucking years. Now, I can't stand Kanye West. I don't like none of his fucking music. I don't like none of that publicity bullshit he does. All that fake ass shit. Confederate flag shit. Which really doesn't bother me. I don't give a fuck. The flag was here before I was here. And it'll be here after I'm gone. Is it causing me problems while I'm here? No. But I don't like it. So, If you making me have some respect for Kanye West, you really did something. Now, every year, Kanye West gets his alleged slave gear, or the fucking what do they call that stuff? The concentration camp collection. Every year. He gets these bitches out in the park and busts everybody in, and everybody comes down and looks at these stockings, pantyhose colored, skin colored concentration camp collection every year. But LeVar Ball thinks that you're gonna gamble on something that hasn't been proven. People tell you all the time, oh, go get this ticket right here. I win every time. Win every time, my ass. I might go get one and scratch it. But, I run into these same people every day. I scratched this ticket and this a winner every time. Look at what I got. Great. So, let's get back to LeVar Ball. There's so much to cover, but today we're just on the shoes. We're not going to go into the 2-point second half his son had in the big game and the 8 points he had the first half of that game, and the guy who was guarding scored 37 points, allegedly, if I'm not mistaken. But we're talking about the shoes. Okay, I don't know how much a pair of Yeezys costs, but, they're okay looking shoe, but at least you know the pedigree, where they're coming from. It's an Adidas shoe, alright? And it's designed by Kanye West. And as much as I don't like Kanye West, he's been around for fucking ever. 20 years. We seen his face. This Lavar Ball guy, I guess unless you're a Cali native or whatever, never heard of this motherfucker. He's very irritating. You know, it seems like I'd like to see him down in the hood talking shit like that. And how he walked up on the set of First Take. Man, come on. I know his son is embarrassed as fuck. You know, children are easy to embarrass. You know, they don't even want you to pick them up in front of the Gym Jam or whatever the fuck they're at, or the movies. They're like, just text me and we'll be out there and we'll be ready. They don't even want you to pull up. Knocking some Ghostface Killer or some shit. Embarrassing the hell out of him. But this guy, I don't think I've heard his son say anything. I don't think his son has talked. He might be mute for all I know. Because his dad is continuously running his mouth about anything. About anything. This guy, he's got a lot of mouth. He kind of reminds me of Johnny Manziel before he took his first snap under center. You know, Johnny Manziel thought he was Jesus Christ with a helmet on. But he ran into God on the football field. Right? This guy is so delusional. He thinks that, you know, I can beat that defensive back or that linebacker to the first line marker to the sideline. I can beat him. And if he hit me, so what? I'm going to get the first down. He found out the hard way. The game itself is levels to this shit. And the level that they're on right now is an unproven level. Just like my channel, just like my podcast. It's unproven. But when I sit down, I'm giving you my all. 100%. Trying to become more, you know, have more flow and not be, you know, so uptight. You know, medication, no medication, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to get across my thoughts. Just like what we would talk about, you know, the homies. Either get together, blow a few, and, you know, we discuss what's happening. So, now, let's get back on the topic. Like I say, I don't know how much a pair of Yeezys cost. Or what they cost when they came out, or what the versions 2 cost. But like I say, once again, we know who we're dealing with. We're dealing with Kanye West, and we're dealing with Adidas. Now, I'm 45. I knew what Adidas was before I knew what Nike was, because my father had a pair of Stan Smith Adidas, and I remember them getting into an argument about the cost of them, the price. If I'm not mistaken, they were $140. I might have been 6 years old, 7, who knows. But Adidas, they've been around forever. Now, as Kanye continues to try to make clothes, he's getting resistance. The same kind of resistance you get when you walk up into a major shoe corporation and think that they're going to give you $1 billion for the rights to your 3 children. Okay, there is no Groupon for $500 shoes. Like, companies should beware. Under Armour, for example, they put all their chips into Stef Curry. Stef Curry is not what you would call to me, he's not an electric basketball player. no flash. I mean, everybody's got dribble moves, but the spotlight is on him. But his shoes, they look like something Joe Montana would wear. This shoe looks like something that you would buy your grandfather. Like, you know what? I bet your granddaddy liked these. Maybe not. Maybe he might say, hey, these shoes they look like they belong to a great grandfather. I'm insulted. So, these guys, he's jumping the gun. The boy hadn't even played a game in the NBA. Now he's got all this weight on his back. I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to slap shit out his daddy. I know first chance he gets to cut him out of the daily routine, he's gone. I'm pretty sure his agent's going to say, your daddy's going to have to go this way. We're going that way. We're going up. Your daddy's going side to side. But we're going up. And if he lets his father be his agent, this is just going to be... It needs to be fuck the Kardashians. They need to have a camera at this guy's house. Because I bet you he never shuts the fuck up. Always running his fucking mouth. Okay. Now, I don't know how much a pair of Gucci flip-flops cost. Maybe $400 or $500. I'm not for certain. I don't purchase those things. So, therefore, I don't window shop. And I didn't need to get online and check the prices to see how much something cost versus what they're charging. Now, if I'm not mistaken, allegedly, they have a pair of flip-flops with the Big Baller brand that are $220 for a pair of flip-flops. He says that they feel better than the rest. Okay. Now, maybe there would be better feelings about how the shoe was presented if maybe last year he would have said, kind of like what Dodge did with the, what is that car called? The Demon. How all this build up, like coming soon. Whatever his son's name is. The Ball signature shoe. Coming soon. But what'd he do? They just get up one day and say, you know what? Ain't nobody paying enough attention to us, so let's just go ahead and let's do this shoe. Now, you can get online and find sites, design a shoe, and have it sent to your house and wear it and be like, these are some one-offs. This is a shoe that I designed. Now, I guess the original pair of basketball shoes, allegedly $495. And this guy has the nerve to say that Michael Jordan can't sell a shoe for $495 because he is not Lonzo Ball. I think that's the son's name. What's the matter with that statement? You can't do this because you're not him. Who's the billionaire? Who's an NBA owner? Who's the greatest basketball player of all times? Now, my father's from Chicago, so I grew up in Chicago, 144th and Halsted. Harvey, Markham, Homewood, Flossmoor, Homewood, Midlothian, Blue Island. But when the shoe came out, the Air Jordan, it was $80, I think. So I got a pair. My best friend, he got a pair. I got the, which ones did I get? The first ones, the red, white, and black. And then, you know, you kind of had to watch your ass. But I had them, and they were $80. And I think then, like, Reebok was really coming on strong then. And I think, you know, a pair of Reeboks were like $40 or $50. So, if we'll say that the basketball shoe price in 1986 was $50. Also, a popular shoe that was out then was the Georgetown Hoyas. That were Hoya blue and gray, and they had the word Nike on the back of the shoe in big letters that you could see. That was a hot shoe too, but we were interested in the Jordans, so that's what we got. $495. What could you get with $495? Maybe a car? Used car? I mean, you might have to put oil in it, jump it off, but it's going to take you faster than those $500 shoes. $500. And he says that he can do that, but Michael Jordan can't. That Michael Jordan couldn't come out with a $500 shoe. I don't know if this guy has even done any kind of research, but there are some pretty expensive Air Jordans out there. Very expensive. There's some $495 Air Jordans. Would I buy them? I'd buy those before I buy the Lonzo Ball shoe. You know, everybody says it looks like a Kobe. I guess like a low top Kobe or something. Okay. Now, before he designed the shoe, they sat around and looked at everybody else's shoe. You know, like when I produced beats, when I was a beat maker, I didn't want to hear nobody else's beats. Somebody come in and be like, hey, man, listen to this, man. This is hitting. I want something like this. Okay, well, go find you somebody that'll make you a beat that sounds like that. I'm not here to mimic nobody else's shit. I'm not here to change a A sharp to a B flat. I'm here to make you an original beat from scratch. So, Kanye West doesn't seem so crazy now. He doesn't. He doesn't seem crazy. Like on the clothing, he's running into the same scenario that Ball is running into with the shoe. And that being that he can't get the time of day from allegedly Calvin Klein or Versace or Bruno Mali or who the hell ever, Gloria Vanderbilt, who the fuck knows. I don't buy that shit. But he just wants to come in and say, hey, here's my concentration camp collection. Let's run with it. And they're like, no. We're third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth generation. You're one guy who rapped for 15 years and then thought for however amount of time you're just going to bust into the damn clothing line and do all this shit. Delusional. It's one word. You know, so they got a special pair that are, I guess, are hand signed by Ball that are $1,000. Now we're in the four figures for a shoe. And if I'm not mistaken here, so I'll check up on my stats here. think they say they sold 1,500 pair of these shoes at $495 a pop. Lavar Ball, quote, I expected this reaction. The fact that people are losing sight, they're looking at the price tag and not understanding that Lonzo's shoe is symbolic. That comes with a price tag. Symbolic. Symbolic of what? Okay. Now, we can use like the next box as a theory. Like when new games come out, $60 or whatever, the parents are buying them. I haven't seen an 8-year-old in fucking Toys R Us with a fucking debit card buying a fucking Xbox One yet. I haven't seen an 8-year-old at the car lot either buying a fucking '07 Durango or whatever. I see children asking parents, will you get this for me? You got some parents like, run it. And you got some, oh, I ain't paying that much for that. Or you got some parents be like, oh, I'll meet you halfway. Save up. Symbolic of what? That he wants to jump. This is like your first day at work and you want to be the CEO. You want to operate. You want to go right in, clock in, sit down at the desk, and start going through the breakfast menu. And while you're sitting there picking through those grits, you're ordering your steak because you're leaving at 12. You be down at the country club. You just want to bypass everything, then overcharge, and nobody's supposed to say nothing to you. I think that the shoe is kind of like a distraction from the game that the boy played. I mean, shit, man. You can go all through college basketball and pick one player off probably every team and say, this guy's got NBA potential. NBA potential. Now, I didn't say dominate. Nobody said that this boy is the next Jordan or Kobe or LeBron. No. He's trying to say that he is the stud. And these are the offspring. Like he's a bull massive. And this is his offspring. Championship bloodline. Okay. So when he played basketball in his heyday, he was at 4 points a game, 3 rebounds a game. Now that's serious. Where are his championships from college? Where is his... Did he play in the NBA? Did the father play in the NBA? He's 6'6", 320. So, I mean, where are his medals? Did he play for the Olympic team? No. He wants you to buy into his son. You know, like, we seen LeBron James coming all the way down the road as far as you could look. This boy was driving a Hummer on 30s. I don't even think them boys in Florida had 30s yet. But this boy was driving a Hummer, the high school. The whole playbook for the other people on his team. Every page, when you get the ball, pass it to LeBron. We seen LeBron coming. I don't know who these guys are. They just come out of nowhere. You know, well, I got 3 sons and they just championship and they just gonna win. Okay. I don't even think this guy. I think he should be drafted in the top 10. But to me, top 3, no, no, no. This guy's got a lot of pressure on him. They all got pressure on them. They got people sitting around right now. I'm not talking about Lavar Ball or Lonzo Ball. I'm talking about the rest of the people that are fixing to be drafted rather. They got people sitting around looking at fucking brochures for cars and shit, and looking online at purses and fucking shoes, and oh, we want to take a trip here. That motherfucker ain't even got a paycheck yet. You don't even know what in the fuck's gonna happen. A lot of people go to jobs that they think are gonna be great and end up not liking them. Like, oh yeah, these $3 extra an hour got me a 12 hours a day worth of misery. And then he's making it really hard for this boy to walk into a locker room and be like, hey y'all, I'm Lonzo Ball. And they're going to be like, yeah, we know who you are. I mean, you got to realize there is only 15 people on an NBA team. I think you have 12 that play, and you have 3 that are like at the end of the bench. Like, 15 people. 15 rich people. Not 15 po-ass niggas standing on a corner talking about, you go get a nick, you go get a blunt, you go get a 40, you go get 6 cups, I go get 4 chairs. That's not what the fuck's happening here. We're talking about multi-millionaires already. You got people in the NBA, they don't have no damn shoe. They might be signed to a company, but they don't have a shoe. They don't have a shoe. A shoe is something that you earn in the NBA. A shoe is something you earn. Who's got shoes? Durant, Westbrook, Harden. Who else has got shoes? I'm sure there's some more. LeBron. I don't see anybody wearing LeBrons. I swear to God. Okay, I'm not hanging out at the shoe mecca either. And I'm not looking down to see what the hell everybody's wearing. But just my overall general observation, I might see 100 pair of Jordans to a pair of LeBrons. I don't see anybody wearing KDs. The KDs are some nice shoes. He's even, I think they even had some that were like, kind of like leisure, like a boot style type shoe. Good looking shoe. Kind of remind me of a really fancy K-Swiss. But I really don't see people wearing those. I'm pretty sure if I went to events where there's basketball things going on, or, something anywhere close to a whole bunch of young folks, then I'm pretty sure I would see all types of shoes. But out of 10 people, I know at least 6 of them are going to be wearing Jordans. Jordans. But this guy wants you to spend $500. I mean, how much is that after tax? What is that? $7 for every 100? Come on, man. So you're talking about what? $550 for some damn shoes. Did he say that's symbolic to them? Because when you buy it, I don't know. Does it bother me worse that maybe the money's going straight to them? I mean, after manufacturing costs and all this stuff, they don't need any commercials because his mouth is a fucking commercial. It's a non-stop. It's on loop. Like, like the TV commercials are always louder. Like, you're like, oh my God, why's TV so loud? Because the fucking commercial's fucking loud, and he is too. He's brash. You know, there's a lot of people with mixed children in the NBA. There's a lot of mixed kids. So for some reason, he feels like the mixed kids that he made are better than all the other mixed kids. Even the proven mixed kids. Now, Steph Curry is not the best basketball player in the world to me. But he's here. He's a veteran in the NBA. He's earned his accolades. He has a ring. Now, for you to come out and say, my son is better than that guy right now, then he goes and drops 10 points in the championship game. The shoes are the distraction from that shit. They want you to forget that the other boy scored 37 points and he scored 10. Oh, but let him tell it. This boy's vicious. That he's got all the moves. And to a sense, maybe there's more of a buzz on the West Coast for this guy and his brothers. But I would be very embarrassed. You ever notice his son's always got a hat and the hoodie on? And all you can see is his daddy's teeth. But he want to say that Michael Jordan can't come out with a shoe for $495. If I was Michael Jordan, I'd come out with a shoe for $495. And every sale of this shoe goes to nigga education. Educating a stupid nigga somewhere. Helping a stupid nigga get a GED and helping a nigga learn how to speak English. That's what I would do. You know, I'm pretty sure that the daddy's got his eyes on a piece of land. I'm pretty sure he's got his 3 or 4 brochures of that Rafe and that Telsa and that Panamera. I'm pretty sure he got his motherfucking brochures all lined up. I bet you he knows what kind of fucking floors he wants. I bet you he knows how many bathrooms and bedrooms he wants when he gets his house built off his son's back. I mean, just think. When you're coming from nothing, everybody got their hand out. Oh, don't you remember I stopped them boy from pushing you down 13 years ago? You think you could get us some tickets to the game? There's already enough shit going on. Majority of these people are already dumb as bricks coming up out of these colleges without a degree. And they got the class where you can go sit in there and text and get the credit and get the A. I think they have one class where you could just go in there and take a nap. Allegedly. Then the North Carolina scandal. Go in there and go to sleep. See, I got a pillow in my backpack. I'm going to sleep, G. I'm going to take a little chip of cereal cool. I'm going all the way to damn sleep up in here. So don't try to wake me up. But when I wake up, I'm going to go to the mall and spend $495 on a pair of shoes from somebody that ain't even been drafted for the NBA yet. Now, you know what would have been cold? If the boy had the shoes on. Now, I don't know if he did or not, but it would have been cold. But see, I don't know if you could do that. I don't know if you could go against whoever sponsors the UCLA basketball team. I don't know who it is. But it's probably one of those companies they went to. And it was like, man, get your ass out of here. How the fuck you gonna walk up in here? Man, we got a guy that we pay to create fucking shoes. What is the guy's name at night? Tinker Hatfield or some shit? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? these people got a whole department of people who make shoes. Design them. Colorways. High top, low top. Soles. All this stuff. You want to walk in here, drop this damn shoe on the table and say, we want you to put your Nike or your Adidas or your Reebok or whatever, allegedly, on this shoe, and we want you to put it on the shelf and sell it. And we want all the credit. But before that, it was I want to sell all my children's rights to a shoe company for $1 billion. Now, I question where in the hell Dr. Dre made $1 billion after he left Death Row and Suge Knight allegedly told him, don't even come back to the damn office to get your jacket and your damn favorite pen. So from there to the Compton soundtrack, how did he make $1 billion? Okay. But Dr. Dre, he's an icon. He's iconic. I'm not speaking ill on Dre. I was doing the same thing everybody else was doing when the Chronic came out, and that was listening to it on repeat. Building up a beat maker inside of me. I've been to the record company before with beats and stuff like that with an artist. But the last thing I did was walk up in there and say, we want to shoot a video and I want you to cut me a check for $1 million, but I ain't even plugged my beat machine up yet. That'll be the last time you go up there and you'll be put on a don't let this motherfucker in the building list with a picture. I mean, corporations, nothing's cut and dry. I mean, really, the only person I think that can make a call and that be the call would be the plug. If you know who the plug is. That's the only shot caller I know. But every other scenario, you got boards and trustees and all kinds of stuff. That they just get at that meeting, unless you were meeting with the owner of Adidas, the chief operating officer or executive officer or whatever, they can't green light that shit from right there. And people are like, I can't believe this nigga. Man. Next. So we make it real hard for the next person to come up in there. I mean, I hear me now. I'm telling you, I got some respect for Kanye West ever since this guy Ball popped up on the scene. I thought Kanye West was fucking crazy. He is crazy. He can't do no wrong. But this guy just pops up like, hey, $500. $500. What fucking world is this guy living in? Is he living in a world where everybody makes the minimum wage is $20 an hour? And everybody's working 40 hours a week? So they're iconic for who? I don't even think kids in college got $500 for a pair of fucking shoes. And $225 for the flip-flops. They don't. They're trying to spend money on something else. You're talking about an $800 car. They gonna jank on you. Or they gonna have mad shit to say. But I'm not sitting up here at the bus. At the bus stop waiting on the bus to come. I'm gonna come outside and I'm gonna put this quart of oil in this damn thing. And I'm gonna pump the gas 5 times and I'm gonna crank it and I'm gonna drive to wherever I'm going. Or I can sit at the bus stop with these $500 Lonzo Ball shoes on with the $225 flip flops in my backpack. Right? That's what I can do with my laminated bus pass. I mean, really. How many pairs of shoes could you get for $500? A lot. I think. I might be wrong. $500. Then they got a pair that are $1,000 that are supposed to have like some sort of special finish. I forgot what they were comparing the finish to. Like some allegedly some gunmetal or Colossus type skin or something. $1,000. And then I think there's a $500 fee for a pair that are hand signed by his son. So if they sold 1,500 pairs of these shoes, 1,500 pair. Jordan has been selling Jordans ever since 85, or Nike has. Since 85. Allegedly, I think Ted on Black Ink, New York, has one of the biggest Jordan shoe collections. I know Colin Kaepernick's got a lot of shoes, and he's going to have plenty of time to wear them all, too. But I bet she's got a lot of Jordans. And then there's an NBA player that plays for I think the Pelicans. He said that he wanted a pair of them. Let's see, this guy, Jordan Crawford, copped the new Big Baller brand shoes. Jordan Crawford. He's in the NBA. I had to look his stats up. But Jordan Crawford ain't gonna save this damn shoe line. Who? Jordan Crawford? Is this somebody, daddy, that named him after Michael Jordan? Right? But he's gonna jump on the Lavar ball train and get a pair. I need a pair in a 14. We had to pay more for them because they're 14. So his shoes are going to be more than $4.95. So, I mean, wow. They're going to get a test. So what happens if the shoe comes apart while he's playing? I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen to him. The shit's already going to be bad for it because they're $500. $500 for a pair of shoes, a signature shoe for a child. That's what I consider him to be. My son's 19. He's a child to me. That's my child. For a child who hasn't played one game in the NBA, hasn't even been drafted by a team yet. So he's gonna have to, in order for them to keep this fantasy of this shoe thing alive, because personally I don't see people buying this shoe. He's not gonna get a easy response with this shoe. There's just a lot of wind that is coming out of his mouth, and everybody is turning to look to see if there's a tornado. And that's attention that he's getting, while he's got some but not a household name NBA player jumping on the bandwagon saying he wants these shoes. Well, that's great. Are you going to wear them? Like you might have to have license agreement to wear the shoe. Where if I made a shoe called My Three Front Teeth and I was an NBA player, can I wear these shoes out on a televised game on TNT? No. I might have to have some sort of permission from the NBA and somebody else to wear this shoe. That I just can't show up with some shoes and just say, I'm just going to wear these. I'm sure the NBA players know a lot of people who make shoes and make socks and stuff like this. And, no, we can't wear that stuff, man. I have to wear an Adidas shoe unless I have a contract with Nike for my own shoe. But other than that, I couldn't come in here with some FIFA 4 Fums on and play. So this boy is going to have to take some money that he gets from his contract to keep this thing afloat once the shine and the luster is went off of this turd. The shoe to me, it just looks, when you make a black shoe, see, we've all made the shoes in the Shoe Creator on the 2K series NBA game. We've all been in there and created the shoes. And a black shoe is a cop-out. A black shoe is like primer. It's hiding what could be. Now you can see what the shoe looks like, but the shoe is black and their logo is gold, if I'm not mistaken. So, why didn't they have a shoe that had some colors? Right? Like, why didn't they have a UCLA color shoe right next to that one? Or he wants to be a Laker? He think the Lakers are going to draft him? Man, if the Lakers draft him, man, come on. For real. For real, for real. He needs to play in Minnesota to get away from his daddy. He needs to play far away. He does not need to play in California and be close to his daddy. This boy might get him a house in another state and after the game get on a plane to get away from his daddy. So that this is what I would think. Take some money. I'm going to divert some of this signing bonus stuff and pump it into the shoe thing and make it seem like it's really taking off. Are you going to be like allegedly Clive Davis buying Whitney Houston records because no one else was? Allegedly. So if the first shoe is $495 and the flip-flops are $225, what's next? What's next? Is he going to have a $2,500 shoe and tell you it's symbolic? Symbolic of what? You getting rich? Just because things didn't always work out for you, you can't make the world your meal. You got to choose a lane. There's levels to this. Maybe you're not worried about the future or dealing with people in the future. You're dealing with the right now. You're dealing with the right now of it, where we want all the money we can get. You go to the big shoe companies and they tell you to kiss their ass. Get the fuck out of here. Good fucking day. Yeah, I'm come strutting up in here with a damn shoe. Yeah, $500. What the fuck? Where the fuck? Okay, out of this $500, Where are $200 at? So now the shoe $800. Cause if you gonna put Adidas on here, that's $250. Maybe there might have, they're not gonna let you. They're not gonna let you box in, bring your shoes in on UPS to the damn factory where they make Adidas and let them stamp Adidas on it. And they ain't gonna give you no goddamn Adidas stamper. So how in the fuck do you think that shit's gonna work? Are you serious? And then you had all 3 or 4 or 5 of them tell you to get the fuck out of here and fuck off. Not one. I'm gonna go talk to one company and kind of test the waters. I'm not gonna set up 4 appointments with 4 companies in one day and fuck them all up. Now you burnt all those bridges, all of them. Motherfuckers on the inside that even wanted to help you couldn't help you. Whoever got you in the door probably don't have a job. Whoever say, man, you know what, I can get you a meeting with such and such. That motherfucker ain't got no job now because of you. What, he gonna come work for you? See, niggas ain't like that. Niggas ain't gonna be like, oh, you know what, this guy lost a job because of me. He got a job over here with me full time with insurance. Take care of his family. Keep the ball rolling. They just be like, oh, that's tough. That's how they'll be. Really. I'm just being honest. That's my perspective. $500. What I see is kids, teenagers, and sometimes even young adults picking the shoe and somebody else paying for the shit. Or you got a credit card or a debit card and your motherfucking name ain't on it. That's what I see. So you want children to go in there and be like, oh, mama, you buy me a pair of Lonzo ball shoes? So she's like, well, damn, he didn't say Air Jordans. And he didn't say Kobe's. And he didn't say LeBron's. Well, let me put this little joker in the car, take him up here to the mall, and let's see what's going on. So you take him into wherever. I mean, you can't buy him anywhere. But this is just a fictitious situation where a child says, Mommy, will you buy me some Lavar balls? So they go to the mall. They go in the store. And then the boy goes, there they go right there. Or the little girl goes, there they go right there, Mommy. And so she says, $500? Like who in the hell is LeVar Ball? Who in the hell is that? They're like, shit, I'd be more than happy to pay $180 for a pair of Jordans now. You just making it easier for Michael to sell his shit. You making it easier for motherfuckers, for Yeezy to sell Yeezys. Because if Yeezys are $500, and I was like, man, let's say I did want to have a pair of high fashion shoes, right? There's thousands and thousands of pairs of Jordans I could probably look through at $500, or I could look at some Yeezys, or I could look at the ball shoe. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I want to buy a shoe where I got to explain what they are, and then I'm like, yeah, these shoes are $500. Oh, you a fool. Oh, you crazy. You ain't gonna get nobody going like, damn, for real, that's all? Where they at, man? Damn, man, I'm finna go give me some right now. You're not gonna get that. You might have to square up with somebody off of the slick ass comments. You might have to take a fade or give a fade. Buy some damn shoes. It's crazy. That's a lot of money to have somebody to pay. So like I said, what's next? $1,000? $1,000 pair of shoes? Hell, I guess maybe the daddy will have some. He have his own signature shoe too. The shit talker. Or the wind walker. Actually, that might be 2 pair. Nobody wants to hear that shit. I don't even think I've heard that boy's voice before. You know? I mean, look at all the stuff that's happening right now. He's going to be in the NBA 2K game. That's exposure. He's going to be on an NBA team. That's exposure. How about the boy come out there and wear the shoe, the beginning of his NBA career, since his father feels like there's no stopping this boy. How about he come out, wear the shoe, look like, let's wear a shoe that will never be for sale, version 1, and wear him up to the All-Star break. And if he's as good as he says his son is, we're not going off his stats. We're not going off the games he played. We're going off what the daddy says. That's what I hear. And that's what you hear. So that's what I'm going off of. Now, if you got a race car, I don't want to see the track slips. I don't want to see it run down the track. I don't need you to blow nitrous out the valves. I don't need you to take me over there and show me it's all motor or whatever. I'm going off what you say. You say you got the baddest motherfucking race car in the city. I'm going off what you say. The car can't talk, but you can. It's your car, you talking for it. So, I'm going off what you say. So I'm going to go off what he say. He say his son is the best. He say his son is better than the current or MVP winning, championship ring wearing Stef Curry. He said his son is better than that man right now. But what I saw was a cat score 37 points on him. And I think he scored 10. 8 in the first half, 2 in the second half. Now, the way the daddy was talking before the tournament even started, that this was going to be a cakewalk for UCLA. So not only was he putting pressure on his son, he was putting pressure on the rest of the boys. But see, they don't get to eat from the trough. They don't get to eat the steak and the shrimp from the trough. They don't get the benefits that the son gets, but they get the added pressure. Right? How about he wear the shoes out there before and during warm-ups? But how his daddy was talking was they were going to win the NCAA championship. Now, that would have been a different wave to ride in on. Then he would have needed a surfboard and not those little floaties that you put on your arms to keep you above water for the non-swimmers. That would have been a different wave. That would have been some momentum. We come in off this championship. And then I got the next son coming in, and he's going to attempt to do the same thing. Now you kind of got my ear because you have proven something. But everything that you are doing right now and trying to sell is unproven. You are just like a chemist whipping up something and say, oh, did the diet pill make you feel good? But it hasn't been tested by the USDA. But you can take it. Right? I mean, who even really knows how much science goes into designing a shoe? Now, if you're online and you design a shoe online or whatever, that's really not designing a shoe. I know there's a lot of science that goes into it. And who says that these particular shoes have the science? He says that the flip-flops are more comfortable than the others, the competition, which is Gucci on the high end and I would assume Nike on the lower end. So he doesn't even have a line of levels like a $30 pair and the $225 pair and the $100 shoe to go along with the $500 shoe. So to me it looks like flapjacks. Like I'm gonna bring you a pancake in an IHOP box. That's what I'm gonna do. But this guy seems to think that symbolic is the word he used. That's not enough. That's not enough of a history for a shoe. If you want to sell something like a shoe, it needs to be tested. And it's not tested. And neither is the son. All we know is what the daddy tell us. And what he's talking is a lot of bullshit. So we'll see. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. This is episode 5 of Getting Rich with Mondo.